That's right, you heard the soda opening. It's me, Jory. I'm back again. Hold on. I spent so much time setting up and then did not adjust for comfort. There's a reason I'm not Ninja. Do the kids still care about him? Oh, it's fine. All right. Today, I recently decided that Granblue, at least Granblue the game is fine, but the franchise is really boring, and I don't care enough. It is. My interest music is cracking open of a can. I don't care enough about Granblue to be able to continue on with the fighting mode. I tried watching the anime adaptation, and I got bored after episode 4 and went, never mind. So, I'm switching it up with, that's right, Soul Calibur 2. A game I have played a lot of, and the story mode a lot of, but I've never actually paid attention to the story. A lot of it's just through text. It's in the Weapon Master mode. I've played through the arcade modes, which also don't have a lot of text. Usually arcade modes don't, in general, but until recently, like Street Fighter 6 kind of did. But I'm also, for now at least, playing on a, oh god, it does not want to camera. Let me oh man. No, the auto greet, hold on, I gotta show my home. I gotta dox myself to show this off. Got the I should probably adjust the volume of that. A tale of swords eternally retold. There we go. A leverless fight stick pad. They're supposed to be better for your wrists, and I've always wanted to like try them out, and I got one for like super cheap, and playing a game that I know a lot. I know like a lot button combos, especially for a lot of characters. Maybe it'd make the transition easier, because I've tried using this in Street Fighter, and it's too confusing to press all the way down here to jump. So maybe trying it with this will be a little bit easier. And back into the warehouse. Hold on. There we go. Soul Calibur 2. It was a multi-platform release. It was on the... Oh, there's Amy. She's in later games. It was at least 2 arcades, though I don't know if the US got any arcade machines for it. I could be wrong, and when I say that it didn't. It was Xbox, PS2, and GameCube, with the gimmick being each console got their own exclusive character, which is a lot of fun, but also there's no real definitive version of the game as a result. I have Taki's nipples are right through there. That's crazy. They released, I don't know if you can still buy it on PS3 and 360, but they released a Soul Calibur 2 HD Online Edition, which gives you 2 of the console exclusive characters. Xbox got Todd McFarlane's Spawn, who he also made an original character for this game that was across all the consoles, Necrid. PlayStation got Hihachi, and GameCube got Link. And the issue there is, Link is not on Soul Calibur 2 HD Online because it's 360 and PS3, and I don't think Link's ever going to appear normally on another console. But Soul Calibur, yeah, the character. Oh, okay. The character named Necrid is designed by Namco, and that went away quick. Okay. Well, let me... I think there's an issue with the color settings on my game video, too. Let me adjust that. Oh no, it's video output. There we go. That way the colors aren't like super blown out. Oh, that. Damn it. Oh, no, I want. There we go. There we go. So, yeah, Soul Calibur 2. I liked Soul Edge. Well, Soul Blade, as it was called in America? I don't know if it was called Soul Edge in Europe. But I liked Soul Blade a lot on the PS1, even as a kid. Like, I've played all of these games. It was, okay, released Soul Blade outside of Japan. So Europe also got it as Soul Blade. I liked that a lot. They had a big arcade machine of it at Gigglebees. I don't think anyone here knows what Gigglebees is, unless there's some real South Dakota heads. Oh no, where's my phone? Is my phone over there? If not, that's fine. Okay. I was gonna... You should text my sister and tell her to watch me. Dang. Oh, here it is. I'm dumb. Oh, yeah, Astaroth 7, because he's like a Frankenstein monster. Yeah, Gigglebees. It's a place that's like Chuck E. Cheese and stuff. The gimmick being... I feel like I've talked about this on stream before, but, Gigglebees, it had, Wilbur the Coyote, who was the like mascot guy. I don't want a web P. No one ever wants a web P. I don't know if there's any surviving photos of it from my location. Oh, I guess it was up until 2014. That's crazy. It had a guy who named Wilbur, and he was the like mascot thing. And what they did is they had him on a like track, and he's on a bicycle and stuff, and he would rotate around the track. He'd stop by the kitchen, and someone would load up the pizza on, and someone through a two-way mirror somewhere in the building would like make him go forward and backward. And then he also had like a speaker built in so that they could talk wirelessly through him. So they like talk to the kids and stuff. So he'd like bring the pizza to your table, and mom or dad would take it and put it on the table. And I think I have a vivid memory of like seeing the guy sitting there and thinking, haha, I'm gonna sneak up on him. And then I popped up around the corner and yelled boo at the little animatronic guy sitting there. And whoever was working in the two-way mirror booth went, ah! Which, good on him. I doubt that guy was paid enough to do that, but but yeah, they had the Soul Blade as a machine there, and then didn't really play Soul Calibur until well after I played Soul Calibur 2. But that's okay, because this game is considered like the best. Continue. Oh, did I already start off Weapon Master mode? Oh, I did, but I'm just gonna do like a hard reset anyway, just in case. I don't know if I can. How do I access the memory card on here now that I think about it? I'm a fraud and I should have done all that, because I know I've started it up. I don't think it has an intro that really matters. Oh, let me get Wilbur off of there. Oh, this is gonna bother me. I have an idea.
Soul Calibur.
Not that any of this really matters, but just in case I'm missing something.
Soul Calibur 2.
No, this is gonna bother me. I'm a fraud. I should have looked this up before. It does have an intro. Oh no. Surely there has to be a way.
Transcending history and the world, a tale of souls and swords, eternally retold. Soul Calibur 2.
There it is. Delete save data. Okay, I don't care about. Yes. All right. There we go. Just so we can get the opening on stream because it totally matters. I don't want the PAL version. Oh wait, I did want the Dumpster TFX. There we go. Okay. Now we're gonna play for realsies. Even though I think I need to redo the button stuff when we get in, but that's fine. Okay, there we go. New game. Alright, let's see. J-O-R-Y. That's me. I'm Jory. Okay. Chosen by history, a man becomes a warrior. Engraved into... Oh, too fast. Countless legends surround a sword known as Soul Edge. Some claim it to be the ultimate weapon, others refer to it as the Sword of Heroes, a phantom sword with immeasurable power of the spirits, the key to eternal youth, the treasure. The sword born from human hands came to life and began devouring souls after bathing in human blood countless times. Around the same time, a spirit sword called Soul Calibur mysteriously appeared as the counter to the Soul Edge. All throughout history, men have craved adventure. Human qualities such as greed, curiosity, and questing minds are intimately interwoven with history and drive it onward. Men saw Soul Edge as the ultimate prize. This era was inundated with clashes and battles of warriors who roamed the lands in their quest for Soul Edge. It was a sword world where any desire could be realized with enough strength and will. This is your tale of soul and swords. Mine. Me. For Jory. Command menu. Oh yeah, so it's called Weapon Master mode. I believe that was also what it was in Soul Blade. I don't think Soul Calibur 1 had any sort of single player. Soul Calibur 1 HD doesn't on Xbox and PS3, and Soul Calibur 2 does have this on the Xbox version, but I wanted to play the one with Link in it because it's funny. But I also have that version. It plays on Xbox Series S and X. It's possible to change. You do challenges and stuff in this mode. It's a lot of fun. Alright, I'll start as Link. Red Link. Even though I like purple Link the most. Chapter 1, Regulus Proving Grounds. You stood before the entrance to the Proving Grounds in the land of Regulus, famous for its skilled swordsmen. You predicted that your journey to find the legendary ultimate sword Soul Edge would likely be a difficult one. Therefore, you traveled to Regulus in order to polish your fighting skills before setting off on your quest. After passing through the gate, you found a man standing before you, blocking your path. Halt, you who seek mastery of the way of the warrior. We have no interest in those who lack potential. First, you must prove your worth. I've got the Master Sword. Seemed you had to fight this man to prove your strength and determination. Seeing you take hold of your weapon without a moment's hesitation, the man grinned and said, "Well, looks like we've got a lively one here. Good. I think this one's got some promise." Yeah, I know in Soul... I don't know the full, Soul Calibur canon. I know in the first game, the wielder Cervantes, and then he loses it to... I should know. Siegfried. Siegfried, a German knight, beats him for it and takes it. And then in Soul Calibur 1 is when it starts to take him over. Because I don't think he's considered Nightmare yet? Returning characters. Yeah, he's still Siegfried in it, with Nightmare being a new character, and they're like a split in there. Soul Calibur introduced a lot of the mainstay characters in it, and there's like the counter sword to the Soul Edge, and then Soul Calibur 2, the Soul Edge is completely taken over Siegfried as, I believe Raphael is the one who gets it at the end of this game, though I don't think this mode has anything to do with like the canon story of the games. Alright, clear all the exercises. I sense your determination. I'm impressed. After a few bouts, the man said this to you and patted your shoulder lightly. You've been accepted into the Regulus Proving Grounds. Oh boy. Your training began the next day. It seemed that the man who tested you, Edgar, was also to be your trainer. We'll start with the basics. Taking your weapon in hand, you waited for Edgar's next words. Alright. See what Edgar has. Oh, I'm pushing the wrong buttons. Edgar as Mitsurugi. Alright. Horizontal attack. Oh, yep, my buttons are all messed up. controller settings. Free. Okay. 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 Y. Whoop. B. G. G. Okay, now I should have it right. Aha! Circling enemies. Now B. Vertical attack is good for countering. Horizontal and for crouching. Kick. Whoop. Whoop. Wrong one. Options. Controller settings. Okay. There we go. Whoop. Oh, fuck. Yeah, guard impact was always annoying as a kid. Funny that Link is kind of like a stance character. A new feature has been unlocked. Oh boy, I'm still a newcomer. Extra practice mode. But yeah, Weapon Master mode is also how you unlock more content, like characters and stuff. I think maybe there's like a Smash Bros. Way if you clear arcade mode enough, but I don't remember ever doing that. Because this mode is awesome, so why would you need to do any other thing? Having completed your basic training, you traveled with Edgar to the advanced proving grounds of the Bulwark Ruins. After half a day's walk, you arrived at a crumbling rampart. This defensive wall was created during a war here in Regulus. At that same time, the proving ground was built to train the soldiers. Our predecessors claimed victory using the skills they honed in this place. Today we train here with diligence to honor that history. Edgar stopped walking and gazed up at the wall, speaking to no one in particular. But pathetically, there are many who cannot handle the training and leave satisfied with their half-learned skills, only to lead lives as bandits and thieves. Looks like they've come out to welcome us. You, too, were aware of the three fighters that watched you from a distance. Grinning, Edgar turned to you and said, I bet it's been a while since you've had a chance to just go wild and show off what you've got. With your training, these guys shouldn't pose any threat to you. We'll just call this part of your training, too. Alright.
Versus Keelik. Entrust your noble soul in your battle 1. Fight.
Oh no. Oh god. That's also fucked up that Link's Oop. Link has projectiles in this game, which feels not fair for a game where like no guy has fireballs. I think Cervantes can shoot his pirate pistol, but
Battle 2. Fight. You win.
also playing as Link is kind of a mistake because I barely played the GameCube version compared to PS2 and Xbox. Whoop. That's the one I want to use. A road to a new stage has appeared. Warrior's Trial Grounds. Okay, overcome the enemy. After much rigorous training at the Regulus Proving Grounds, it was time for your final challenge. If you succeeded in passing this test, you would be recognized as a full-fledged warrior. The test consisted of combat between the disciples themselves. There were no restrictions and no special conditions. Only those who made good use of what they learned and arose victorious would pass the test. It would be a test of all your training. Attempting to control your rapidly beating heart, you stepped into the arena. Your opponent was already waiting for you. I've been watching your progress for quite some time. You're a worthy opponent for my final test. Saying this, your opponent readied his weapon. I'll be fighting with everything I've got. I expect no less from you. Alright, let's see who our opponent is. Leon, Emperor of the Ixian.
Fate conspired to arrange their battle.
I don't know why he wants the Soul Edge so bad. He's a fencer. That blade is big. I know this, knowing that the Soul Edge and Soul Calibur both form to what their wielder wants, but well, is most comfortable. Ah! I might switch off Link here until I get some of his funnier weapons. A new feature. Lakeside Coliseum has been added. Oh boy. New Road to New Area Thuban has appeared. Chapter 2. Whoop. Oh, I could have just done that. Oh. Can I change who I am in? Character select. I'm gonna switch to Talon because, at least for now, while I get more used to the controller. So even though this will be easy mode, because I don't think she's actually high tier, but she's like the character that I know how to play. Oh, opinions? I don't need a... Let's see. This tier list is really funny. It... It just puts the... Of course, Charade is gonna be at the bottom, because he's the random character, but... Putting putting all three of the guest characters at the bottom. Oh wait, let me redo this. Smart selection. Burn. At least this one. Just the fact that all three of the guest characters are at the bottom. I don't know if they're at the bottom because they're not picked because you're never going to use them in competitive play. Or maybe it's too complex of a game for them to mod in having Link into a definitive version. But yeah, that's funny seeing them there. I wonder if there's a tier lists don't matter unless you're a pro. But let's see. Personal opinions: top tier is Zhonghua, Ivy. Let me get that back actually, so I can. Compared to what this top Reddit post said. Let's see. Zhonghua Ivy, high tier Sophia Volda, Nightmare, Mitsurugi, Astaroth Yoshimitsu, Assassin, Berserker, Talon, what? Taki, Cervantes, Sungmina, Cassandra, Lizardman, Keelik, Raphael, Hihachi, Maxi, Young Sung, Link, Necrid, Spawn. Top are Zhonghua, Nightmare, Mitsurugi, and Yoshimitsu. Okay. I mean, it's probably good to... Man, imagine. There used to be a time where they didn't make the guest characters the overpowered ones. Alright. If you're in search for Soul Edge, you should head east. Past the land of Thuban lies this free city of Bennett Nash, with its never-ending flow of people. Perhaps you can gather information there. Following Edgar's advice, you set off toward the east. You do not know if you would really find information about Soul Edge and Bennett Nash or not, but it was better than wandering aimlessly. You turned to look back just once. You win this time, said Leon after the battle, but I'll catch up to you soon. Tomorrow, I'm going to take the test again. Oh, and I've heard you're searching for the Soul Edge. If that's the case, then we'll surely meet again. It seems we're rivals with the same goal. I'm looking forward to our next encounter. You faced forward again and began to walk. Your journey had begun. It's very funny to be adventuring for Soul Edge when it's like the horrible evil blade that corrupts men's souls. Maybe we learn the lesson and we get the Soul Calibur and seal away the sword. But you think there would be some kind of... Oh, this is easy land, 20 hits. Especially with Talon. Maybe most people in this world go, oh, Soul Edge, the evil sword that corrupts souls. Good luck. And not, hey, you should stay the fuck away. Difficulty 1 star. You found your path blocked by the Great Thuban River. Following the river in search of a place to cross, you soon came upon a ferryboat crossing. You immediately headed for the pier, but it appeared to have been abandoned for some time, and there was no one else around. Fortunately, there was still a boat remaining, but as you prepared to launch it into the water, a human figure appeared before you. He claimed ownership of the boat and demanded that you give him all the money you had in exchange for the right to cross. That's 3,000 gold. He was obviously a bandit preying on travelers in the area. You sighed and drew your weapon. If you hit him a few times, odds are he'd just give up and run away. Okay.
Versus Voldo.
Here I come!
Entrust your noble soul in your sword.
20 hits on the enemy and survive the round.
Talon, believe in yourself.
Remember Talem's like 13, which is fucking crazy. And a game that also has Voldo. All right. Yeah, basically. Road to a new stage, Village of Arch, has appeared. And I'm wondering if they got in-game diaries. Oop, wrong button. Save data. Yes. Turn to the title screen. Records. Oh, that's just in-game records. Collection history. I don't know, it's just Okay, oh, I know you unlock like a museum later. Oh, this wiki does not give me Talem's age. I swear she's, like, way too young. I know she's, like, the most, like, good. As in, like, a good guy. Does this wiki have her age? Oh, she's defined age at 15. I thought she was, like... super way younger. That's like a tiny bit better. I was like, yeah, turn 15. Yeah. I just remember her being, like, even more young than 15. Maybe I had, like, there's also a chance that I just knew someone who was like, that's weird that she's so young, she's like 12. And I went, not quite, but... Oh, this one's fun. Strong gusts constantly push you and prevent you from stopping at the edge of the stage. Defeat the enemy under this condition. Oh yeah, didn't Soul Calibur 6 have, like, a timeline reset? For whatever reason. I don't know what happens in the games beyond 2. At least story-wise. I played, I think 5, actually 5 might be the only one I haven't played, because that one has Assassin's Creed in it, if I remember right. I played 4, because that got Yoda, and that's awesome. After crossing the Thuban River and heading east, you came upon a small village. Judging from the fishing nets hanging dry in the sun, this was a fisherman's village. A commotion in the village square piqued your interest, so you headed over to take a look. There, you found the young people of the village engaged in a test of strength. They fought one-on-one in a wooden scaffold. A champion eventually emerged, but just when you thought the hubbub would subside, the crowd's excitement grew. You looked around to find the source of the commotion, only to realize that you were the cause. The villagers had learned that you were from Regulus. They pushed you up onto the scaffolding without giving you a chance to speak. You found yourself facing the young champion. You didn't notice when you were down on the ground, but up on the scaffolding, the wind was strong. It threatened to blow you off the platform at any given moment. Yeah, 6 completely reset the timeline. After 5 did a time skip, they just put everything back. I do kind of remember hearing that about 5 having a time skip. Maybe if I if I get real ambitious, I'll play the Wii game that has Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia.
Versus Yun Sung.
Here I come!
A hero desires a sword, and a sword
Stopping.
desires truth.
Yeah, this one's super easy because you just...
Final battle. Fight.
Whoop! 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 That's true. Might switch over to just my regular stick because I'm gonna do that because I'm feeling like off. Even if it's gonna swap around my buttons a little bit. It's, Need to adjust the controllers, change grip order. There we go. Ooh. There we go. Alright. Minkar Mine. I think... is this going to be the first, dungeon? Navigate through the enemy-infested dungeon and defeat the boss. Yeah, these dungeons are really cool. Having defeated the hero of the village, you expected to be torn apart by the crowd, but instead they seemed genuinely impressed. Even the young man you defeated praised your Regulus-trained fighting skills. You quickly made friends with the straightforward, honest villagers, but it seemed they had a problem. The mine upstream was poisoning the river and killing the fish. They were planning to send people to speak with the miners, but the miners were a violent group. And the river people had no choice but to prepare for a possibility of a fight. Having come to like these people, you soon found yourself agreeing to help them. As expected, the negotiations did not go well. The miners immobilized the villagers with poison, oh Jesus, and forced them out of the mines. Due to the poison, however, they couldn't even make it back to their village. Fortunately, it seemed you had not drunk very much of the poison. You infiltrated the inside of the mine. You needed to get the antidote to save the villagers, even if you had to take it by force. I I think after I play through this one, I'll play through Soul Calibur 3 on an emulator using save states. I say this very specifically because the whatever single player, the name of the single player mode in Soul Calibur 3 is corrupts your save data, and it can get like fucked really bad. And that happened multiple times as a kid with me and my friend. We'd spend like all weekend playing, and we'd get pretty far, and we'd be like, all right, next weekend we'll do more. And then we'd start, and it would reset our data. And then I bring this up online when people are like, yeah, back in the day, you could just put in a game and it worked. And then they go, well, that's just like one game that didn't work on the disc. Like, well, there's issues. I know there's some of these dungeons in here that are like super long and you don't get health ups or anything. Alright, Taki.
Don't worry, Talum. Believe in yourself.
I'm through with words.
Final battle. Fight.
Oh yeah, movement with the stick is so much better than trying to use the pad. If you've never had the opportunity to see one, the Soul Calibur 3 arcade machine has a really cool sort of like RPG mode in it, where you play through an arcade ladder and you level up your character. You choose like what stats and stuff they have, and by the end of it, you can fight a legend version of your character that was made by someone else playing through the mode. And if you win, you get two options. One, if your character is a high enough level, you can overwrite their character, or you can use your points to like downgrade their character to get them to a point where you can overwrite them. And I think that's a really fun way to keep the like leaderboard type thing on an arcade machine in a more modern era where like you don't really play I'm sure someone out there at one point played Street Fighter.
Two souls are fiercely entangled.
Wind, guide me.
So, you want me to knock you out?
Alright, Maxie. I remember Matt playing as Maxie as a kid and people considering him as like the Eddie Gordo of the game, where you just push buttons and he does shit. But the reason I like Talon is you just do AABB and she just does a really easy combo.
You did your best. I respect that.
Oh, boss. I think it's Yoshimitsu. Because I think this is where you... Yep.
Yoshimitsu,
Come.
entrust your noble
I think it's funny that Yoshimitsu is in both Tekken and Soul Calibur.
Don't worry, Talum.
I think...
Yourself.
I might be misinformed about Yoshimitsu, but I think it's like an identity, kind of like the Gray Fox from Oblivion, that's just handed down throughout time, and not that he's an immortal being. But also Yoshimitsu in Tekken is like half robot sometimes, so it could just be like a guy who's lived forever. Oh, Jesus.
You did your best.
New features then, upgraded to Bronze Neophyte. Oh, I didn't read that even. Yoshimitsu. All right. Road, Bennett Stash. I think I'm gonna switch to my other guy, Nightmare. Because those were like my two characters that I usually picked when I played this when I was like 12 were Nightmare and Talim. But most of the cast is fun. I think the only characters I didn't like playing were Mitsurugi, Sophia, Cassandra, and Sung Mina. But everyone's most fun, but Nightmare's awesome. Alright, let's go to the next area. Chapter 3. The Restless Bennett's Nosh. Their boss defeated in front of their eyes, the miners looked as though they would attack at any moment, but that's probably pronounced Shiro, right? Stepped forward and silenced them. You idiots! Just how much more do you plan to embarrass me today? He promised to provide an antidote to the fishermen and agreed to discuss the situation. Your mission to mediate their dispute was a complete success. The rest was up to them. It seemed Shiro took quite a liking to you, even as you hurried to leave. He practically dragged you back and insisted that you and the people of the fisherman's village join him in a feast. The next morning, you bid farewell to everyone and headed out east through the opposite side of the mine. After traveling for some time, you eventually caught sight of Bennett Notch in the distance and could feel the change in the atmosphere. The performers and travelers on the road increased in number, and you could hear the voices of peddlers above the noise of the crowd. It was clear that Bennett Nosh was a thriving, bustling city. Yeah. I do. It's funny that I've switched every chapter. So with like the previous village, they saw, they saw a blonde twink with a sword and a shield, make his way to like the docks to like a ferry, and then he transformed into a 15-year-old girl, and then cleared his way through, beat the like top fighter in the village, and cleared out a mine, and then transformed into a giant hulking suit of armor after they escaped to go to like a more like festival like city. Maybe your character is like Shujinko in Mortal Kombat Deception. How I can't remember the name of who. I think it's Damashi is the spirit who grants him the power of like copying abilities, and he uses that to like you train with someone, so you just play as the characters, but through the lens of Shujinko just transforms into them. Maybe it's something like that. You cannot hold your footing at the edge of the stage. Defeat the enemy with a ring out. Alright. You've been surrounded by crowds ever since entering Bennett Nosh. Listening to the conversations around you, you learned that today was the day of the monthly carnival. You decided that it would be just best to just relax and enjoy the festivities. After a little while, you heard excited shouts from up ahead. Stopping to take a look, you saw a lone puppeteer crying out in frustration. A crowd of people had gathered to watch the out-of-control mechanical puppets. With the huge crowd in the way, you couldn't even pass through the area. Seeing no other choice, you stepped forward to put an end to the rampaging puppets. The noise of the crowd increased as people began to place bets. Wait, please! These are custom-made puppets I ordered all the way from Shadar. Please don't wreck them! The puppeteer pleaded with you desperately. You sighed and thought up a plan. It looked like the fastest method would be to knock them out of the ring. Alright.
Versus charade. Got you.
Also, I always really liked this costume for Nightmare because, oh, I didn't. Heath is online. I like this costume for Nightmare because Siegfried was my favorite in Soul Blade, and this is just him. I should not have switched to Nightmare for this one. Oh, it can do damage. Okay. Whoop. Does not have whoop. Oh yeah. Okay. me switch back into Talon because I know she could blast people through the edges.
Versus Charade.
Payback.
Oh, I should check the weapon shop.
Fighters face
Wind.
final battle. Fight.
Strike.
Oh, I'm doing a little bit of damage. Maybe I can just chip away. A new feature has been unlocked. Charade is now selectable. I don't want to play a charade. A road to a new stage. Okay. Temple. Alright. Is there anything in the shop? Stiletto. Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna buy all of Link's weapons whenever they pop up. But is there anything here? Okay. Battle theater. Watch computer control the characters fight. I'll keep that in mind. Iron Staff. Link. Buying all of Link's because they're fun. Oh, I can't. I used to know which ones were good and which ones weren't very good. I don't think there was a weapon shop here. Oh, no, there is. That one was pretty good. Spike Shield, Cat Claws, Flamberge. Razor Sword. Yeah! When I was a kid, it always made me sad that you couldn't just have a permanent Razor Sword in Majora's Mask. Wind Guide. Because I know with these weapons, they have like different stats and stuff, but you don't get like an overview looking at this. I thought you did. Also, I like Necrods. Oh, I didn't go back. Tonfa. Almost. And then shop. I want Canaburna. That's so funny to me to give him that as a weapon. It's a while, but I always look forward to the like joke weapons that you can unlock. Let's see, Tonfa, good defense and penetrates defense, but easy to lose balance. I think that means you get ring outs. You know, powerful single strikes, but lack offense. Tell him I know you can do some bullshit with her Soul Calibur, because Soul Edge is like a life-draining weapon, so you have to get strikes to heal. With Soul Calibur, whenever she swings, it heals her. So it's a little bit harder to do it in this game, but if you could just like play keep away and you have the Soul Calibur, you just run over and then you go ha 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 ha, ha to like make your health go up, and then you run back. I think some of those are just the character slot 2 weapons. Receive heavy damage when knocked against the ground or the wall. Alright. You find yourself standing before a small arena. Judging from the sight of smiling women and frustrated, tearful men, it appeared that they were holding gambling battles. In no particular need of funds, you planned to simply pass on by. But then a familiar voice called out to you. Long time no see, how's it going? Turning around, you saw that Leon was there. He must have succeeded in passing the final test after you left. You felt somewhat nostalgic as you recalled your memories of Regulus. It's been like 30 minutes since I've been there. When asked if you had found out anything about Soul Edge, you shook your head. Leon looked disappointed, but quickly cheered up and said, I see. Neither have I. Hey, as long as we're here, how about a match? It's been a while since our last one. It seems this ring is booby-trapped with a few tricks, but it shouldn't be any big deal. The sound of cheers and groans erupted from behind you. It seemed the previous match had just ended. I don't know. We'll fuck him up. Wow, wow, Jory. You used to be a blonde twink. Now you're a giant suit of armor. You've changed a lot since you left.
You're quite the rude one.
Alright.
Battle, fight.
There we go. Oh. Ooh, God. Ooh, that's mean. Okay. Let me try again. Maybe I should just save Nightmare for when I'm playing like regular fights.
The fighters face a final battle. Fight.
All right. We don't need to find Solid. I got it right here. Oop. Offense increases soldiers, lacks defense. Good offense offset by a short reach and impenetrable guard. Recovers health and defense with a soul charge. We'll see if Link's better about keep people to the ground. Raphael's a little too fast.
Final battle. Fight.
Okay. Ha! Oh, you're so aggressive when I'm playing Nightmare, and then playing Link, you're like, oh, I'm scared. Alright. There we go. That'll show him. Take that, Leon. Congratulations! Road to a new stage. Benton Shabra has been unlocked. What's this one? Those are more effective. Okay. Let me... Let's see how much more effective. Traveling through the foothills on the path to the temple atop the mountain overlooking Benetnash, you stop to rest at a tavern along the way. A tavern at the entrance to a temple's... Oh. A tavern at the entrance to a temple, that's just like this city, you thought to yourself as you opened the door. Upon seeing the inside, you gave a wry smile. It seemed that the temple itself was running the bar. Acolyte priests scurried back and forth serving loud, rambunctious customers. You sat down at a small table and tried to relax, but a fight began brewing right beside you. A man carrying an enormous amount of luggage was surrounded by a group of drunks. You'd planned to avoid trouble, but then their leader kicked your table out from under you. It wasn't your style to just keep quiet after such treatment. You drew your weapon and dragged him outside. The man with the luggage took advantage of this chance and quickly disappeared. Your opponent, perhaps cowed by your aggressiveness, held back and maintained a defensive posture. This called for extensive use of throws. Oops.
Versus Raphael. Got you. The fighters face final battle. Fight.
Do like regular attacks just not do anything? Whoop. Or does he just have ultimate guard? That's probably what it is. Probably just blocks. Yeah, he just blocks everything. Oh no! Okay, I can just fight him normal, but... Yeah! I like that he has that corny nightmare line. Ooh, new area. Subchapter. Shop. Megaton hammer, yeah. Oh, I didn't think you'd give me a chapter intro. Sacred treasure. I should probably wait to come back to this. As you locked... Yeah, it's high difficulty. I'll wait till I have stronger weapons. The enemy's weapons have poison, so you will go numb if you are damaged. Defeat all the enemies under this condition. The port at Bennett Nash was a very busy place in the evening. The city's commerce was built around the port, and the ships arriving and leaving carried goods for trade. Shops crowded the streets, and the bars were full of ships, crews, and those who would do business with them. Having spent the day wandering around the port, you too headed for an inn for a hot meal and a room for the night. You woke in the night shivering from the cold. Your head throbbed. There was a large bump on the back of your head. Uh-oh. You quickly surveyed your surroundings. It's clear that you were no longer in your room at the inn. It appeared to be the inside of a ship. You'd been sold away as a slave. It seemed your food had been drugged. The inn must have had a business agreement with some of the ships. Your weapon had, of course, been taken away. It wasn't like you to let your guard down like that. No, you had to find a way off the ship before it set sail. Fortunately, thanks to your training at Regulus, you're still a threat even without a weapon. After ramming down the door with your shoulder, you recovered your weapon from the crew and ran for the pier. Unfortunately, they weren't going to let you get away with that easily. I was hoping it was like that, my favorite quest in Oblivion, where you sleep on the inn. That's a boat in the Imperial City, and then you wake up and you're at sea because it got hijacked while you were asleep.
Versus Maxi.
Maxi?
Fate conspired to arrange their battle. Offer your soul. Battle 1. Fight.
4 of them. Oh. Oh, God. I've heard those lines so much. Souls need more souls. Whoop. Cool that the default to costume 2 for Ivy. Ooh, God. Jesus. Okay. I'm done as until I get one of his cooler weapons. I'm realizing the way I play now as an adult is not conducive to playing as him. Check out Necrid. Necrid's crazy. Necrid is, I don't know what he is. He's just like a fucked up monster that they... It just makes weapons out of, like, energy?
fight.
Aha! That's my favorite thing with ring outs is you can just double tap and then you ring yourself out.
Battle 3, fight.
Alright, Voldo. Whoop! Oh god. I wish I could like start off with the joke weapons because Necrid has one of my favorites. Alfred, King of the Pirates. No. What? He's regenerating. Oh, that's not fair. Okay. Damn it. Actually, you know what? I'll mess around as Maxie. Blonde Maxie. Necrod's joke weapon's fun because they all make silly noises, and his is rubber, so it just goes boing the whole time you're hitting them.
1, fight.
Yeah. Something that Soul Blade had Li Long, who had 2 nunchucks, and they're like, no, we need to tone it down with Maxie, and just had him 1, and then Li Long came back in 3
Battle 2, fight.
as like a bonus character, if I remember right. Oh god. I do remember this stage being like a hard like stopping point.
Battle 3, fight.
Oop. Come on.
You win. Revenge is mine. Wallow in your despair. Final battle, fight.
Oh, what?
No way.
I forgot he could teleport. I think after this you unlock Cervantes. I want to avoid just using talent because it's the character I know the best, but also might as well.
Maxie.
Payback! Don't worry, Tom.
Battle 1, fight.
Playing as Talon as a kid was awesome because I was never as a kid like, ew, I can't play as the girl characters, but I knew people who were, and then they'd get mad at me for winning with her.
Win.
My heart is still pounding.
Even at like 9, 10 years old with Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, I was like, hell yeah, I can play as a girl.
Battle 2, fight.
doesn't know how to, like, react to that combo.
You did your best. Respect.
Show me your soul. Final battle. Fight.
It feels like cheating, but they don't know what to do.
Won't you please give up?
Platinum Neophyte. Let's go. The new feature has been unlocked. Yeah, Cervantes, I believe. Wow, Cervantes is now selectable. And I'm gonna click the add button real quick. And while it's doing that,
Is the ice maker safe to use?
alright, and we're back with more Soul Calibur 2. I can now play as Cervantes. Road to a new area, Mizar. The first gate. After creating quite a stir at the port, you decided to leave the city before the situation grew worse. After making off with a small boat and paddling out onto the lake, you glanced back at Bennett Nosh behind you. Despite the number of people there, you weren't able to track down any information about Soul Edge. It didn't seem like you were trying very hard. In the midst of the morning fog, the growing sound of voices drifted out from the city. It sounded like it would be another busy day in Bennett Nosh. You continued a ways further on the lake, but it was obvious that this dinghy would not be able to carry you all the way across. After stepping back on shore, you learned that you were now in a place called Mizar, I don't know. According to the locals, a large gate lay to the east, and passing through it required the permission of the guards. You began to grow anxious and frustrated. Not only had you not found any leads to Soul Edge, but now it appeared you could not even travel freely across the land. It was then that you truly realized just how difficult the quest for Soul Edge was. If we take the, levels as, I don't know, days, it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or so days. You're just like, I can't find the fucking legendary sword. Maybe you learn some patience. Force the bomb off onto the enemy with your attacks. Let's see, character select. Who do I want to play as? Oh, Taki. I like her outfit too more. Makimaru. Shop. Side harp. Yeah, that's a good one for Talon. I think that one does more damage. Or I'm misremembering that one sucks, but Glam, that one's not very good. Chain Flail, Copus, Cana Burna, Tamar, Lambent Viper. One day, as you searched for information on Soul Edge, a stranger approached you. Hey, you! I've heard you're looking for Soul Edge. No need to be wary. I'm not a threat, he said threateningly. And I just might be able to help you out a little, my friend. The man walked away and disappeared into a nearby ruin. You hesitated for a bit, but eventually decided to follow him. Despite the risk of it being a trap, it was also the first promising lead you'd found so far. Oh, so you have, no survival instincts. Took you long enough. Anyway, let's talk. The man explained that he was working for a knight by the name of Veril. He, too, was seeking Soul Edge. Veril had a number of underlings like this man, and he wanted you to join them. It seemed that rumors of your fighting ability had spread from Regulus and Bennett Nosh. But when I came all the way out here to recruit you, I find that you are trying to acquire Soul Edge as well. That's not going to work, my friend. That's not going to work at all. The man proceeded to pull some bombs from his pocket as he shot you a maleficent glance. Alright. Force the bomb off. Yeah. If you win if the enemy has a bomb when the timer runs out.
Are you ready?
Hob. Alright. Whoop. I jumped right into that. Ah. I chose the right character. No! I know the other way to win this one is just constantly attack. No! There we go. A new feature has been unlocked. Money Pit. Top tier has been added. It sure did. Road to a new stage, windmill appeared. I know that this gate up here, the top one, is once you go up there. I think you can only do it after you beat the chapter in the last place for the first time, because then there's an extra mode where you go through each chapter again. Or maybe you can get through there. It's just really hard. I can't remember which, but you can get. That's where you get the crazy weapons. Explanation: your health is low. Feed all the enemies on this condition. Uh-oh. You hid atop a large windmill in order to rest. A few hours earlier, you had entered the nearby forest, not knowing it was the territory of a gang of bandits. And you were caught in a trap designed to stop intruders. Fortunately, you managed to destroy the trap and escape before they arrived, but you needed time to recover your strength. Emerging out of the forest, you happened upon the windmill. It made a good spot from which to keep watch on possible pursuers. After hiding out there for a while, you eventually spotted a figure approaching. It was clear that it was one of the bandits searching for whomever had destroyed their trap. You lacked the strength for a real fight. You'd have to make a surprise attack. You waited in silence as the figure approached, then leapt out and struck. Uh-oh.
Versus Yoshimitsu. Fate conspired to arrange their battle.
Nothing personal.
How low are we talking? Oh, that's not too bad. Oop. Juggle combos in this game feel so good.
I failed.
Requiem, I remember being a good one for Nightmare.
Versus Yoshimitsu.
Stay down.
Watch
Don't wait.
battle 1.
That's a funny Yoshimitsu outfit.
Forgive me.
You win.
Want more? I'm through with words.
Final battle. Fight.
What an outfit. Oop.
I failed.
Who else haven't played? I don't like. I mean, Valdo is an easy answer of who I don't like playing. Is Astaroth. I don't remember any of his moves.
Versus Yoshimitsu. Mash. The Almighty. Exterminate. Battle 1. Fight.
Me at 10 years old. Oh, he said bastard in a video game. That's crazy. Single strikes. Yeah, double crescent blade. That's a really good one.
Versus Yoshimitsu. Now. Battle 1. Fight.
I know also I should probably start like buying weapons for other characters, because that's when it gets to this point is when you really need the special abilities and stuff that, or just like the buffs and everything from those. Whoop. There we go. Class up. New stage, Desert Village, Merope Monastery. I think Requiem was. Yeah. Oh, that's just a Berserk sword. Timer increases each enemy you defeat. Okay, you left the windmill behind and headed north. You had interest in one of the legends of the area, the Merope Monastery. Said to hold the golden gate that leads to the land of the Edgemasters. You quickly found information about the Merope Monastery. It was a monastery that had once existed in northern Mysore, but was now nothing more than a ruin, but have said that a group of zealots who gathered there considered the place as hallowed ground. The monks turned out to be friendly, but the moment you mentioned the gate, their demeanor changed. You regretted your careless mistake and attempted to talk your way out of it, but they had already decided you must be a thief. One of them ran off to warn the others, while the remainder surrounded you. Even for you, taking on the entire monastery was out of the question. You needed to take care of the group here before the others arrived. You took a quick count of the enemy. It was going to be a battle against time. Okay.
Versus Zone. Fate conspired. Sword. Battle 1.
5 guys. Oh, that's... So many attacks in this game leave you open. Yeah, their burger then fries, it'll cost you like $90 by the end of the meal.
Battle 3. Fight.
Oh, damn. Oh, I forgot about the timer. Oh, no. Shit. No! God damn it. I forgot about that part. How many seconds do I get for winning? 15? That's not too bad. I gotta play way more aggressive. Hey, you fight just like me. There we go. Okay. Because when you unlock the second run through is when you unlock the other stages. And that mission is fucking a nightmare. Glam. Oh, that sword's sick. Easy to lose balance. Okay. It looks cool. The enemies favor vertical attacks and are armed with weapons that excel in breaks. Difficulty 3 out of 5. Damn you, filthy cowards! Give me back my weapon! The voice of an old man rang out from a mansion in a long-since deserted village. Passing through the area, you heard the voice and wondered what was going on. Upon entering the dilapidated building, you saw a wounded old swordsman on his knees before the 2 other warriors. One of the victors held the loser's weapon in his hands and grinned in satisfaction. It was you who said we would fight fair and square, yet the 2 of you attacked me at once. It appeared that the old man had been tricked. The old man was perhaps too honorable for his own good, but you couldn't stand for this sort of cowardly act. You decided to win back the old man's weapons and stepped in front of the 2 men. One of them reacted with alarm, but the other merely grinned. I don't know who you are, but you've just sealed your fate. We can't allow any witnesses to live. This will be a good opportunity to test my new weapon.
Versus Mitsurugi. Not yet. The almighty souls give me strength. Battle 1. Fight.
Oh wait, I'm doing the wrong thing for breaks.
Versus Mitsurugi. Entrust you. Battle 1. Fight.
It really just feels like easy mode playing as her.
Final battle.
I feel like I should be showing off more guys, but new feature, I think, is just the stage. Oh, acquired a weapon for FIO. A new stage, Charon's Pass. Ah, this is the dungeon. It's the booby trap dungeon. Giant butcher knife, young son. Yes, Lord Mitsurugi, Ignis Status. See, I also want to buy Nightmare Steel Paddle. Nightmare's weapons. Shame and blame. Raphael is kind of a good character. Like, I kind of remember having fun with him, but Great Blade. Yeah, that sword looks awesome. Even though I think it's probably, it has like Great Blade. Easy to soldier. Yeah, it requires energy to wield. You damage yourself. Good defense and penetrates defenses, but user is damaged. Like the Joker. You know, he's got damage tattooed on his head. Charon's Pass. Upon hearing that you wish to pass through the gate in Miser, the man gave you some information. You're talking about Charon's Pass. Leanna resides there. She's a fair and just woman. She'd surely grant passage to someone like you. The man explained that those with dark intentions in their heart were not allowed through. I'm not getting in. You followed the directions given by the old man and eventually arrived at the entrance to an underground passage. Was this Charon's Pass? You who would pass through this place. For what purpose is your journey? A woman standing at the entrance questioned you as you approached. You felt that lying to her would not be a good idea and chose to state honestly your quest for Soul Edge. Your desires tainted with darkness. I am afraid I cannot allow you to pass. If you must insist, however, then show me the strength that lies within your heart. I will wait for you before the gate, because if you truly possess a strong heart, your desire will not overcome you. Leaving behind those cryptic words, the woman disappeared in the underground passage. I like your character's honesty, at least. You're like, I want the evil blade that is evil. And, she goes, no. Can't do that. Alright. I always liked one of the things I also liked about these dungeons is that they're like randomized stage shapes. So, there's like a few different versions. I don't know the exact number, but they'll be like this one, which is
Yourself.
Final battle.
hexagon, I believe. Maybe it's pentagon. I don't know. There's like a triangle. There's one that'll be like a super thin, like a big square. And also when it's ice, and then you can just win that quick. Some of these are long too.
The fighters
Oh yeah, quicksand.
to search.
Wind. You're going to regret this.
Final battle.
Zhang was awesome because she just has an attack that's her throwing a tantrum. Whoop. Oh, she's healing. Whoop. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! There we go.
You did your best. I respect that.
As you're sinking to the ground in the quicksand.
Fate conspired to arrange their battle.
Don't worry, Talam. Believe in yourself.
I'm going all out.
Final battle. Fight.
Ouchie's hot! The fire didn't get me, but it got her. Sure. Navigate through the booby trap dungeon and defeat the boss.
The fighters
Yeah, this is like a weird like triangle thing.
Wind, guide me.
final battle. Fight.
That attack like never lands. But it's satisfying when it does. Whoop! Whoop! Up!
Why?
I don't think I have to start over the dungeon. No. I know some of them you have to make it through without losing, and then also you don't you like only recover a little bit of health.
Final battle. Fight.
My heart is still pounding.
Fate conspired to arrange their battle.
How was this one booby trapped? Oh, there's stuff floating around.
Wind.
Final battle. Fight.
Ah, I got it.
I am one with the wind.
Uh-oh, diverging paths. I feel like I remember some of these being like
Fight.
prizes, but I also might be making that up if you. Whoop! Oh, that was scary.
You did your best. I respect that.
just in case there's goodies.
Final battle. Fight.
I also like that Soul Calibur has the thing where after you win, you can just keep like beating him up. Oh, I did get something. Okay. I wasn't making things up.
Versus Sophia.
Payback!
A hero desires a sword, and a sword desires truth.
Don't worry, Talum. Believe in yourself.
Okay, here we go.
Are Sophia and Cassandra the first, I can't remember if they're mother-daughter, if they're like sisters? Are they the first sibling pairing in a fighting game?
Won't you please give up?
Okay, yeah, they're like siblings. Yeah, okay. I feel like as a kid, for some reason, I thought they were related. Like one was the Sophia was Cassandra's mom. Oh, there's Pyrrha. Oh, okay, from Soul Calibur 5. Interesting. Who is 20? What? Hold on. How old are they in 5? That's huh. Alright. I like the motion blur that they do on it. It's like the Mr. Krabs meme. Road to a new area, Altair. Chapter 5. Oh, it's making me go up there, huh? I think that's where I'm gonna call it. Just finish there and almost at 2 hours, so that's a good mark to stop. Thanks for stopping by. I'm glad I switched to this because less visual novel bullshit in this game, so it's easier to stay engaged and play. And also, I don't. It's hard to care about the Grand Blue when it's very clearly just you know these characters and like them, right? So. Yeah, I'm gonna keep at this one. I think when I'm done with it, I'll probably try and do like a full clear of this. Vaguely wish I was doing it on Xbox so I could get achievables, but it doesn't really matter. Link is funny enough to be there to make him being there funnier. I'm also playing it in 4x3 because that's funnier. But I'll be back next week after I play through this one because I got through like a decent chunk tonight. I'll probably go to Soul Calibur 3 and then maybe 4 and 5. I don't. Maybe they play on RPCS 3, whatever that one is, PS3 emulator. Maybe they play well with that one, or maybe they don't, and then I'll have to just skip to 6 because I have 6. Just play through the entire Soul Calibur series because Soul Calibur 1 didn't really have any single player content like this, and Soul Blade is mostly just like a mission mode type thing without much story. So, yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Let me kick it back to bye. I'll be back next week. Listen to the wrong podcast, where you get podcasts.
lobster.